got some prints at the thrift store and they were really cheap, but they're kind of a disaster. So I'm gonna show them to you really quick and then I'm gonna tell you what I do to make stuff look a lot better. So you should be able to see there's like a bunch of scratches and stuff. The frame is coming apart a little bit. The print is actually coming out of the top. There's some scratchiness on the side. Again, the frame is coming apart a little bit. And the back just looks terrible, right? Back looks terrible. And kind of the same thing going on this one with the frame along the sides. So my big trick for buying stuff at the thrift store and refinishing it is superfine steel wool and olive oil. And everybody I tell this to looks at me like I'm insane, but I can sort of refinish and make almost anything look better with super fine steel wool and olive oil. So a lot of people don't know what super fine steel wool is. It is actually something that is used for polishing metals or wood. I've got some right here. Now this is, you can see it right here. This is a 1. So if you're tackling a table or something, especially something that has a finish on it, because you don't want to ruin the finish, you just want to take out the scratches and buff everything up. What you want to get is, what you want to start with is the 40, 4-0, Then you've got 3-2, 0-1, and it gets progressively higher, right? But if you're starting out with this and you don't really know what you're doing, you definitely want to start with a finer, you know, with these little guys, the steel wool, you want to start with a finer strain piece, grade, whatever, finer grade. This is what it looks like. It looks kind of crazy. It looks like the things that we used to use to clean our dishes when we were kids. They don't use that stuff anymore, but you could use it to clean your stainless steel pots and pans. And just plain old olive oil. I got some Lucky's brand extra virgin olive oil. As always, I'm going to put some affiliate links, and I'm going to put an affiliate link for superfine steel wool and olive oil. So if you decide you want to do this yourself, make sure that you follow those affiliate links. So I'm gonna do real quick like a run through. I'm doing some superfine steel wool on these and wiping them down. And then I'm gonna kind of completely get them together. I'm gonna glue the edges. I've got Elmer's glue. It's sometimes the simplest stuff is the best. Elmer's white glue, you stick in those little cracks, you clamp stuff together, and I'll probably show you that too. And then I'm gonna kind of clean the backs up with a razor blade. I'm just gonna get all that nasty paper off, and you're gonna be surprised at the difference. Now I might put a new craft paper backing on it, but I'm not really sure I'm gonna do that. I may just take this one off and kind of leave it as is. So I'm gonna get some stuff together here real quick. You'll get to see everything I'm doing, and hopefully this helps you if you find stuff. Now, these are done by Robert Lyons. He's a pretty famous sort of mid-century. These bottles are kind of like the typical thing that people are looking for. I paid $5 for them. So, and they were so inexpensive because, again, it was really messy, and I'm not sure, oh, there we go, how good you can see it here, but you can see all this stuff and the little separations in the edges there if I pull them apart. The backing looks really terrible. All right, I'm gonna get started here. You'll see me again when I'm done. All right, I'm getting started here. So here we are. Where is my olive oil? Oh, thing olive oil. Ooh, there it is. Getting it all over my floor. All right, olive oil, superfine steel wool. I'm gonna actually pour the olive oil on the superfine steel wool. And then I'm just gonna start rubbing it in and polishing. Now you wanna make sure that, since this is like paper art for me, that I don't get any of that super fine steel wool on the art itself, because it's gonna make it look nasty. And I go with the grain. Now, stuff with finish, like I was saying before, stuff with the finish is a little bit more difficult because you don't wanna jam the finish up, because that's just not good. So you want to go as fine a grade as like 4-0. Like I said, I'm living on the edge today because I've got a 1, but I've been doing this a really long time, so I've got a pretty good idea of what I'm doing and what I'm capable of. But I don't want y'all to scratch anything up the first couple of times, so make sure you do something nice and light, nice and easy. And maybe something that you don't care so much about, like I can pick stuff up and know for sure I'm gonna be able to sort of get it together and fix it and make it look good. But it's not always that easy, so you might want to make sure that you get something that you know you don't maybe care as much about, or you got for really cheap, just in case. Now I tried to rub it on and it'll pick up some of the aged patina. So I like to rub it on and then let it sit for just a little bit. And once you start, like you can almost see it, you can't really see it here. Once you start rubbing it around, it picks up some of the dirt and the old patina, and it kind of fills in spots that are lighter. So I'm gonna go ahead and rub it around and let it just sit really quickly, and then come back and wipe it all off, because that'll kind of let the darker stuff sort of fill in the lighter stuff, the stuff that maybe is scratched off or has just gotten messy over time, like rubbed, or stuff gets moved around and stuff rubs against it, and oops, I'm using it. All right, I'll be back in just a couple minutes to wipe this stuff off. Okay, so I fast forwarded through some of the slow bits. So with a piece of superfine steel wool, 2 colored pencils, some Elmer's glue, olive oil, and a very long clamp. Woo, a clamp. Just these items here. I turned this into this. Pretty miraculous difference, right? I'm gonna hold both of them up. I can't believe how different they look now than they did in the beginning. It's amazing. So it doesn't take much, $5 each. I paid $10, and I can certainly ask a lot more than $5 for these now, and it took very little effort on my part. As always, thanks for checking me out. I'm gonna have a subscribe link here, so please make sure that you subscribe to my channel. I'm going to have a link for another video. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked it, comment. I'd love to hear any ideas you have for future videos that I could do. It's always hard to come up with ideas. Please follow me on Instagram and on Etsy at Craigo and Alice in the Modern Den. Thanks.